Hey there, wonderful parents and caregivers. We are thrilled to introduce you to our brand new kids YouTube channel, Sankofa Stories and Nursery Rhymes, where we bring enchanting stories and delightful rhymes to life, all designed to spark imagination and joy in your little ones. Don't forget to check out our website, sankofastorybooks.com, for more amazing content and resources to support your parenting journey. If you love what we do, consider supporting us through Patreon or buying us a coffee to help us continue creating valuable content for you and your family. Subscribe now and let's raise stars together. Once upon a time, in a magical land, a graceful dragonfly lived by a shimmering pond. Every day she twirled and leapt in the sunlight, her wings sparkling like tiny jewels. The dragonfly had one big dream: to become the greatest dancer in the world. She gazed at her reflection in the pond and whispered, "One day I'll show everyone what I can do." But despite her talent, the dragonfly felt lonely. She sat on a reed, watching the other insects from afar, thinking, "They must think I'm too plain to be friends with." What she didn't know was that the other insects admired her beautiful dancing. They whispered and glanced at her, but their envy kept them from approaching. Every day, the dragonfly performed over the still water, her movements perfectly mirrored on the pond's surface. She felt free when she danced. One day, the dragonfly danced near a busy shopping mall, hoping to impress the humans. But when they stepped aside, she thought they were mocking her. Hearing their laughter, the dragonfly flew back to the pond. Saddened, "They'll never understand," she thought, "but I will keep dancing anyway." Back at her pond, the dragonfly whispered to herself, "I don't care what others think. I love dancing, and I will dance no matter what." Her greatest wish was to perform for the fairy queen at the grand midsummer celebration. In her dreams, she wished she looked different, and she imagined herself dancing in the enchanted forest, dazzling the queen and her court. One sunny day, as the dragonfly danced over the pond, she heard a tiny voice crying, "Help! Let me go!" Near the edge of the pond, a naughty boy had trapped a tiny fairy in his net. Without hesitation, the dragonfly zipped over and perched right on the boy's nose. Startled, he dropped the net, freeing the fairy. The fairy fluttered free, brushing herself off. She turned to the dragonfly and said, "Thank you for saving me." The fairy smiled and added, "You deserve 3 wishes. What will you ask for?" The dragonfly thought carefully before replying. "For my first wish," said the dragonfly, "I want to be a beautiful dancer." The fairy waved her wand, and in a flash, the dragonfly transformed into a little girl with shiny ballet shoes. "For my second wish," the dragonfly said, "I want everyone to see me dance." She was transported to a grand concert hall, where she performed beautifully under the bright lights as the audience cheered. When asked about her third wish, the dragonfly paused. "I wish to return to my pond and impress the fairy queen on my own without magic," she said. The fairy waved her wand, transforming her back into a dragonfly. With renewed determination, the dragonfly practiced her dances over the pond. On Midsummer Night, a glowing invitation floated down to the dragonfly's pond. It was an invitation to the fairy queen's grand dance. The dragonfly flew through a mystical forest lit by moonlight and glowing fireflies. Ahead, the fairy queen's magnificent palace sparkled in the distance. She danced with such elegance that the other dancers stopped to watch. The fairy queen smiled with admiration, and the fairy prince approached her with a request. "Would you teach me to dance for my wedding?" asked the prince. Over the next few weeks, the dragonfly helped him perfect his steps, and soon he danced beautifully with his bride. On the night of the royal wedding, the dragonfly met a handsome dancing dragonfly from the fairy queen's kingdom. Together, they danced under the moonlight, spreading joy and inspiring everyone around them. The end.